The diplomatic station Nexus Prime had never hosted so many species at once. Representatives from the Zephyrian Empire, the crystalline Vorthak Collective, the gas-dwelling Nimbus Confederation, and dozens of other galactic powers filled the massive conference hall. Their conversations created a cacophony of clicks, whistles, harmonics, and electromagnetic pulses that the universal translators struggled to parse. Admiral Kethvar of the Zephyrians stood at the center podium, his forearms gesturing dramatically as bioluminescent patterns danced across his blue-green skin. "The human incursion into the Outer Rim territories cannot be tolerated," he declared, his voice carrying the authority of a species that had ruled star systems for millennia. "These primitives have been in space for barely 2 centuries, yet they dare challenge established territorial boundaries." A chorus of agreement rippled through the assembly. The Vorthak representative, a towering geometric form of living crystal, chimed in with resonant tones. "The humans show no respect for the ancient accords. They colonize without permission, trade without licensing, and worst of all, they refuse to acknowledge the superiority of elder species." Ambassador Thys of the Serpentine Naga hegemony coiled her extensive form around her delegation's speaking platform. "They are barbarians," she hissed, her forked tongue tasting the station's recycled air with disdain. "Their ships are crude, their technology primitive, their diplomacy non-existent. They must be contained before they contaminate civilized space further." The ethereal ascendancy's representative, a being of pure energy contained within a shimmering field, pulsed with indignation. "In our 3,000 years of recorded history, we have never encountered a species so recklessly individualistic. They refuse to conform to established galactic norms." As the assembled dignitaries continued their denunciations, long-range sensors detected an approaching vessel. The station's Quellian traffic controller, his tentacled form draped over his console, announced with barely concealed excitement, "Unidentified ship approaching. It's massive." Admiral Kethavar's patterns flickered with annoyance. "Probably another human merchant vessel ignoring proper approach protocols. Have them turn back. This is a restricted diplomatic gathering." "Sir," the controller's voice wavered, "the vessel is broadcasting human identification codes, but the mass readings can't be correct. It's showing as 12 kilometers long." The Great Hall fell silent. Through the station's transparent aluminum viewports, a shadow began to eclipse the distant stars. What emerged from the void defied every expectation the assembled species had about human capabilities. The battleship Indomitable materialized like a steel leviathan born from humanity's collective will. Its hull, a masterwork of angular aggression and functional beauty, stretched across the viewport's entire field of view. Gun batteries the size of city blocks lined its flanks. Launch bays that could house entire fleets gaped like the mouths of ancient dragons. The ship's superstructure rose like a technological mountain range, bristling with sensor arrays, communication spires, and weapon systems that seemed to bend space around them. But it wasn't just the size that silenced the galactic assembly. It was the presence. The Indomitable didn't simply occupy space. It commanded it. Every line of its design spoke of a species that had looked at the cosmos and decided it would not be intimidated. Ambassador Thys's scales rippled with an emotion she hadn't felt in centuries: fear. The Vorthak Collective's representative dimmed to barely perceptible luminescence. Admiral Kethavar's bioluminescent patterns ceased entirely, leaving his skin an ashen gray. The traffic controller's voice cracked as he read the incoming transmission. "Station Nexus Prime. This is Admiral Sarah Chen aboard the UES Indomitable. We understand you're having a conference about humanity. We thought we'd attend." The massive ship maneuvered with impossible grace for something of its size, coming to rest at the station's diplomatic berth. Docking clamps designed for vessels a tenth its size extended futilely toward its hull. The Indomitable simply extended its own boarding tubes, politely ignoring the station's inadequate infrastructure. Admiral Chen arrived with a small delegation, her dress uniform crisp and her bearing casual in the way that only true confidence could achieve. She was unremarkable by human standards. Average height, graying hair, smile lines around her eyes. But to the assembled galactic powers, she might as well have been a force of nature made flesh. "Gentlemen, ladies, energy beings, and crystalline collectives," she began, her voice carrying easily through the vast hall without amplification. I understand there are some concerns about human expansion. The silence stretched like a taut cable ready to snap. Chen continued. We received reports that some of you consider us primitive, barbaric, unworthy of our place among the stars. Her smile never wavered, but something in her eyes suggested depths the assembled species hadn't anticipated. We thought we should correct some misconceptions. She gestured toward the viewport where the Indomitable dominated the view. This is one ship from our frontier defense fleet. We have over 300 like her, with more launching every month. Each one is crewed by humans who grew up reading stories about exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life and boldly going where no one has gone before. Admiral Kethvar found his voice, though it emerged as barely a whisper. How is this possible? Your species barely achieved faster-than-light travel 2 centuries ago. Chen's smile widened, revealing teeth that predatory species across the galaxy suddenly recognized as distinctly dangerous. We're quick learners, and we've discovered something interesting about the universe. It rewards those who refuse to accept limitations. She walked slowly through the assembly, her delegation flanking her with the casual alertness of apex predators. You see, while your species spent millennia perfecting your existing technologies, we spent our brief time in space doing something different. We innovated. We adapted. We refuse to accept that this is how things are done. The ethereal ascendancy's representative pulsed weakly. But the ancient accords, the established territories, the proper procedures will be respected, Chen said firmly, as long as they don't restrict humanity's fundamental right to grow, explore, and thrive. We're not here to conquer or dominate. We're here to make it clear that we won't be contained, diminished, or dismissed. She stopped at the center of the hall, directly beneath the viewport showcasing her ship. Humanity doesn't seek conflict, but we're exceptionally good at it when necessary. We don't want to rule the galaxy, but we absolutely refuse to be ruled by anyone else. We're not asking for your permission to exist among the stars. We're informing you that we're here to stay. The Indomitable slowly detached from the station, its massive form rotating to display the full extent of its armaments before disappearing into faster-than-light travel. Admiral Chen's parting words echoed in the silent hall long after her delegation departed. Welcome to humanity's neighborhood. We hope we can be good neighbors. The galactic visitors remained silent for a very long time.